Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. What's people? Got a story to tell. I got a story to tell. Yeah. A little story for you. Some of y'all thought I wouldn't even come here on time. Some of you thought, oh, he ain't gonna show up. But I'm her. This is your boy Marwan and Mind Over Matter TV. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not really fascinated with someone just because they're famous. I'm not fascinated with people just because they're rich. Shit don't move me, don't get me excited. So what happens if someone famous posts a picture of themselves like you see in the thumbnail? What happens? Sunfruit. There's someone by the name of Benny the Butcher. I think he got mad at me. This guy by the name of Benny the Butcher, a rapper by the name of Benny the Butcher, jumped up in my DM like a lady should or something. This guy, Benny the Butcher, he posted this IG on his page. He posted this picture. Benny the Butcher on his IG page, he posted this picture right here. Now, I don't know about any of y'all, but sometimes I make comments on people's posts. Even if they Benny the Butcher, even if it's Allen Iverson, even if it's CT, even if it don't matter who it is, I sometimes might comment on their post. Give them a little congratulations, happy birthday, how you doing? A nice dress you got on, girl. Something like that. I might comment on it. So I commented on Benny the Butcher's post of this picture right here of him wearing, I don't know what that is, glorified tarp. I don't know what that is. I know some of that stuff is Kanye owned or designed. I'm not as concerned with that. Shout out to Kanye. You know, he's gonna do his Kanye thing. But this dude, Benny the Butcher, I made a comment and I said, hey, because sometimes people add a caption to their photo. It's like a photo, and they also post along with the photo a caption, like their own thoughts up under the post. It could be a quote, whatever. He chose to put his own words up under his own post of him wearing this crap. I commented on the post because his caption said, watch, it'll be a bunch of broke niggas commenting on this, saying something about, you know what I'm saying? Watch, it's going to be a bunch of broke niggas that's got something to say. Just understand you might be commenting on and something is worn by a black owned XYZ and you broke niggas. And his caption seemed to refer to broke niggas and their opinions, which is so weird to me. And whenever something's weird, I might make a comment on it. So I put, just do you, man. I literally typed, just do you, man. And don't worry about no opinions of a rich or poor nigga when it comes to you, what you wearing or whatever. Just do you. And then I said, I'm sure there are plenty of rich niggas that think this outfit is whack. And, you know what I'm saying? I told him, man, I commented, I said, I'm sure there are plenty of rich niggas that think this outfit that you wearing right here is whack. Later on in the day, this dude, Benny the Butcher, jumps up into my DM like a woman should, like a woman should. But he's a little upset, I think. And let me see if I can find it. I think he said something like, you broke motherfuckers always got something to say. This dude Benny the Butcher, who might be, he's got a lot of money. He's got videos. He's a rapper. He's with Griselda. I believe he's with Jay-Z and all that, having champagne lunches with Puffy and all that. But this guy jumps into my DM because I got an opinion and he wants to assume I'm broke and that it matters. So let me look at this thing right here, man, because y'all think I'm joking. All right. All right, this is what I'll show you right here. See? So look, I told Benny the Butcher that even rich people think what he got on is whack. Look what he said. See right here? That's Benny the Butcher. I have him as Instagram user because I blocked his ass. That's Benny the Butcher. And he said, what rich people think is whack? You speaking for people you don't know. That's hate. I'm the biggest. And then what I say? And then I said, man, I had to go check who this is and what the heck this dude talking about. My comment went over your head. My point was it shouldn't matter. My point was it shouldn't matter what a broke or rich bitch nigga gotta say. I'm beyond hate, my man. Beyond a lot of simple shit like loot you or anyone else got. One so-called rich nigga said it's his rich friends that told him to get a BBL. So I hope you really don't care what rich people like, black or white niggas. Don't worry about who I know, my man. Seriously. That's my message to Benny the Butcher. He said, what rich people think is whack? You speaking for people you don't know. That's hate. I'm the biggest. And he said, man, I had to go check who this is and who the heck this dude talking about. My comment went over your head. My point was it shouldn't matter what a broke or rich bitch nigga gotta say. I'm beyond hate, my man. Beyond a lot of simple shit like loot you or anyone else got. One so-called rich nigga said it's his rich friends that told him to get a BBL. So I hope you really don't care what rich people like, black or white niggas. He said a lot of dumb shit, like you speaking for people you don't know. He might have commented back and said some shit like, man, I feel bad for you broke opinionated motherfuckers. And he's laughing. This is Benny the Butcher. This is Benny the Butcher. He said, I feel sorry for you man, I feel bad for you broke opinionated motherfuckers. Seriously. And then I finished said, but if you were really asking, I can give you a list of people you might call rich who think that shit you had on was whack as fuck and it's no big deal. My point was to remind your silly ass that nobody's opinion matters, rich or broke, when it comes to art or clothes. Send chicks to my DM next time, man. So that was my exchange with this guy wearing this horrible outfit that he probably is not going to wear again. You know what I mean? This baggy, it looks like, I don't know what those trash cans are. What is it? I don't know what it is. Shout out to Kanye. Shout out to Kanye for what he's doing, the money he's got, whatever he's designing, thinking about. Shout out to Kanye. I'm beyond being extra excited that black folks are owning their own. Like it's good. It's expected. It's understood. It's the type that even though what's his name? Even though Sway was right the whole time, you don't know what you talking about, Sway. How, Sway? How, Sway? Sway was right the whole time, my man. So the thing about it is here, y'all, we have to get a different standard on how we judge people and their opinions and the value of them. You know what I mean? There are a lot of black folks that don't even want to hear no opinions of you because you are broke. in their mind. They don't even have to know what your situation is. They don't even have to know what your job is. They don't have to know what you're nothing. What immediately goes into people like Benny the Butcher's mind is you are broke and you dare to have an opinion of me. And I got all this money. So the different standard we should be using is not necessarily, oh, you got money, therefore your opinion matters. No, I mean, that may be true in politics where they got the lobbyists and you pay a little judge under the table. It might work for the corrupt people out here. But you actually have people out here in this world, Benny the Butcher, man. You got people out here, we only worry and concerned about how you treat people. All we worry about is how are you? What type of character are you? How do you treat people that you don't need? How do you treat people that are lesser than you and greater than you, if there's such a thing of either? How do you go about dealing with people? That's the only way we're going to be judging folks, ladies and gentlemen, not based on how much money you have, as if that gives you a pass to wear trash on your ass. You know what I'm saying? As if that gives you a pass to wear trash on your ass. It just doesn't look good. You know, that's the bottom line, dude. And it's my opinion, brother. An opinion that rich people would share, somebody in the chat might share. Any of y'all in the chat, do you think that that outfit that this dude was wearing on the thumbnail, I mean, it might be cool for some people, but you got to learn to really respect opinions out here. And you never know, you know what I'm saying? Or what's going to reveal is what? Your own insecurities or something, or false sense of comfort and pride and confidence because of your standing in society and the money you have. Money that anybody can come snatch away or rob you or maybe even kill you, which is unfortunate. But let me see if I understand anything that this dude Benny Blanco was trying to say. No, I don't. Because he got into you broke motherfuckers. I don't get it. What that matters. It doesn't matter at all. But you get an insight on how their mind thinks. How their mind thinks. Like I told you before, there's a dude who's so-called famous. I don't know his name, but he was interviewed by DJ Academics, and he was asking this dude, did he get a BBL? And this dude was talking about his whole procedure and tucking it over there and where he getting the extra fat from and transferring. But he said he probably would never have done it if his rich homies didn't tell him. Like it was his rich homies that told him to get a BBL or said that that's what the rich niggas was doing. So he got one. That's not a good thing. To elevate rich people's opinions, their clothes, their designer wear. These same type of people love to elevate Europeans in their designs. These same type of people love to compare themselves and be like, I want to be like Steve Jobs out this bitch. These a lot of these sort of upper echelon, upper class black folks, you will notice in different moments they have their own interests, they have their own self perception. These black folks who have money, right? Some of them they got this self perception and a warped view of who they used to be. The poor people, right? Who they used to be, and you know what they used to do when they were desperate and poor, and knowing that people are looking down on them too. And what happens? It's the love of the money. It's the love of the money that trips people out. Because you could have a white person with a gang of money. He won't need to shout it at every corner. I'm wearing a polo shirt, bitches. Ain't you mad? There's a lot of black people that, although they have money, they're not walking advertisements of their own bank account. They're not out here letting it be known. And we're not talking about just LA people. I'm just talking about a lot of people around the country. Black, white, Latino, whatever, Asian. They don't need to show y'all. They don't need to be wearing a chain that bling bling so everyone could go, oh. They don't need to be wearing no Balenciaga. There's a lot of people out here, Benny, and we don't give a fuck. We don't judge y'all by that dumb shit. We judge y'all by your character, how you treat people, and how you are you the accusatory type? Are you the judgmental type? Are you the type to look down on someone just because they're poor? Like, does this dude, Benny, does he roll up in a hood and just turn off his whole thing? Like, don't even be listening to these niggas and their opinion because I'm now in a poor neighborhood. Well, how does that work, Benny the Butcher? Is that what you do? Go to a poor neighborhood and you never worry about anything negative they got to say about you and what you wearing? You're going to post a picture. It's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be up for judgment. And we all know judgment is subjective, right? It is what it is. I don't put Jay-Z in my top 10. Benny probably has Jay-Z as his favorite rapper of all times. There you go. Bottom line. And I just wanted to show y'all that weird interaction. Black men, right? One who's super rich and one who's super rich in health. Hey, super rich in health, rich, all that extra stuff. These new rich niggas, right? These new rich niggas, which is what Benny, these first generation money and fame having people, right? They're sometimes the first one to forget where they came from, to hate where they came from, right? Because for a lot of people, poverty means, self hate. For a lot of people, poverty means insecurity and, not comfortable around other, rich people. And then you have the grateful poor. You have the people who are broke, but they're grateful. They are actually happy. They're not wanting for anything. They're not out here salivating outside a store that just because it has LV bags on it. They're not salivating or jerking off on all the attention that you get if you carry and you wear some of these It's just interesting how it all goes down. But in this case, it's not about European design. This is a Kanye West type of outfit, or at least the shades were Kanye West, at least, if not the whole outfit that I'm saying is whack. Bottom line. Just like some songs are whack, some art is just not hitting you that way. But that was my reaction. And now, permanently, thank you, Veronica. So now I know, based on my direct interaction, that I got to side eye a lot of people that are like Benny the Butcher, man. People who come from, unassuming places like Buffalo, maybe broke, maybe hustling in the street, maybe having a low self image, like you feel like you ain't worth nothing, and you know good and well all you're gonna do is end up in jail or hell or buried somewhere. So, but this is weird, bro. This is weird. This guy jumping in my DM like that. I wanted to share with y'all and let this video out here be a notice to people with money, new money, niggas, young money, whatever you want to call it, that there are some people that they just pretty much look at you and they judge you based on your character and how you treat people. They don't care what money you got. They don't give you like no real extra respect just because you're, you know what I mean? Kings and the everyday man. You got to learn to treat the same. Victory and defeat. You got to learn to treat the same. And this dude, Benny the Butcher, I'm treating him the same as any dude jumping in the DM, any old person. There's no deference, really. We ain't talking about hip hop, and that's his lane. And, he might be, lacking in certain all these other areas where he might need some insight or input from a nigga like me on certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because we rich in health over here. We're rich in life experience over here. We're rich over here. We ain't worried about your money, man. Come on, bro. Shout out to Buffalo, man. And shout out to everybody out here who's learning and struggling on whether to value yourself based on your money, or they're struggling and battling on whether to value yourself on how you treat people who you don't really need, who may be serving you at a restaurant. Like, how do you treat people? It's the only thing. And that's how we got to learn to judge each other in the hood and everywhere else. Because in the hood, many people judge each other by on how tough you look, right? You know, how you look. Well, let me look at your kicks. You know, your car, the girl you got. Like some dumb ways of judging each other we've been conditioned by, right? But what happens when you start judging each other based on how you treat people, how you address people when you get up in their DM? Look at this silly dude, man. I don't care that it's Benny the Blanco. Let me show you how the first thing he said, he didn't remind me of, because I don't sit up here and remember, oh, I left a comment on some famous person's page. Let me wait to see if I get a notification. No, I'm not one of those dudes. I make a comment, I bounce. If I get a notification on it, I'll check it later along with the rest of them. But I never expect somebody to come out their face and jump up in my DM like this. So this Benny the Butcher dude, This Benny the Butcher jumped in my DM and said, "What rich people think what I was wearing is whack. You speaking for people you don't know." So that's the ignorance, right, of all people. You know, when you're trying to make that move, you make a lot of ignorant comments here. I'm speaking for people I don't know. He doesn't know who I know. And that's hate. That's the first. You don't do that. That shows a lack of class, a lack of manliness. Like, what rich people think is whack. Like, why do you really care what rich people think? Why do you look down on what poor people think? And if I am like, why do you? So that's why I said, man, I had to go check who this is and what the heck this dude. Right? You blocked Get Benny, so I'm gonna unblock him. I'm gonna unblock him. Can I unblock him here? I'm gonna unblock him. I can't seem to unblock him, but I do it on my phone. Sorry, this page isn't available. Because I blocked him, right? Or did he just remove his page? But whatever, I'll fix it. But that was my interaction with Benny the Butcher, and I'm trying to understand where he may have been coming from. He's asking me what rich niggas do I know dislike the outfit that he was wearing in this picture in the thumbnail. And I'm like, look, man, if you really were asking, I can give you a list of people you might call rich, nigga, who think that shit you had on in the thumbnail is whack as fuck, nigga. And it's no big deal, man. My point was to remind your silly ass that nobody's opinion matters, really, rich or broke, when it comes to art or clothes. And I told her, man, send chicks to my DM next time. I had to throw in different things to let him know, man, you ain't nobody, really. You ain't nobody to me. I mean, you was solid ass, don't get me wrong, solid rapper, all that good stuff. But I don't know that, man. Like, there are a lot of solid rappers out here, known and unknown, rich and broke. And the hungrier you are, right? A lot of people, when you broke, you got that hunger of a broke nigga. And hopefully those people continue to keep that hunger. Because there's one criticism I've heard of some brothers out here, even I've seen a criticism of Benny the Butcher, that he don't seem to be having that hunger that he came here with. I don't know. I'm not like on their coattails following every album they drop since the beginning, but I know they're running things right now in the hip hop. You know, they're running things, and they're not involved in the political stuff. Like I don't remember them talking about, oh, you should go get the vaccine. I don't remember Griselda talking about, oh, you should vote for Joe Biden. Like once they sound stupid like that, then I gotta let them go. But this dude is in my DM, Benny the Butcher, talking about what rich niggas don't like what he was wearing. And whether or not I know rich niggas, I'm not gonna get into none of that, really. But come on, you would assume that I do, right? You would assume that I know a lot of rich niggas. Maybe some of my own family, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying? But we know a lot of. Come on. But again, it don't matter. That's just a dude's problem. People trying to elevate opinions and the value of them based on your class. And that's been a long-standing issue in the black communities, a war between the haves and have-nots, upper middle, upper class versus lower class or no class, and those wanting to affect policy, having their own interests that aren't really shared a lot between the upper middle and the poor. They don't share interests. In the capitalist world, it's almost like, yeah, you need a poor stratosphere down there. You need a poor level anyway. So there's a lot of even black upper class types that are all for and understand and work in that system where the poor remain poor or get poorer and the rich get richer. They try to, and the thing about it is a lot of people want to try to weave, a lot of black folks want to try to weasel their way on that side of things where you're making the decisions to withhold, government assistance to black folks. Like you're the one with the power of the pen, like Obama ended up being. But we're not gonna get too much into that. But shout out to Benny the Butcher, man. I'm also a Sagittarius. I know this dude is younger than I am, so he's like a little nephew or some shit. I got him probably by almost 10 years. Benny the Blanco, I'm Benny the Butcher. Keep hustling, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Continue to grow. And next time, man, chill. Don't just be jumping in people's DMs. Brothers like me, we're not fascinated by y'all niggas and the accolades and all that. We only look at how you treat people. And I got my own direct evidence, direct experience with Benny the Butcher of Griselda and all that. Of him being pretty weird and assuming a lot of things about me and my economic status. Very weird. Very strange. So just a reminder, it doesn't matter what talents people have. Remember, those are God-given. It don't matter what special gifts people have. Remember, those are God-given. Some of you may look at him and be like, man, this motherfucker don't deserve those skills. He don't deserve that talent. He don't deserve all that. Whatever it is. But people are born with certain gifts. You're the fastest man in the world, You got it. What it is. You can't give people too much credit with what they were born with. However, a lot of people work hard to perfect, to get even better than whatever they were born with. But like I said, if you're born with some shit, if you're born in a certain place, you can't take credit for it. It was accidental birth almost. But anyway, I'm going to unblock Benny the Blanco. He didn't curse me out or nothing like that. I showed you at the most, all he said is, you motherfuckers broke and your opinionatedness, whatever, make me sick, seriously. And my comment was, seriously. My comment was, and I did remember, I said this right here, look. I told Benny the Butcher, last thing I'd ever be worried about is what Benny the Butcher gotta say. Don't feel bad for me, man. I'm beyond your perception, youngin'. Seriously. And this was after he said, y'all broke motherfuckers really get on my nerves. Seriously. Then I said, but if you really want to know a list of rich people who think that what you got on was whack, I give you the list. It's no big deal. My point was to remind your silly ass that nobody's opinion really matters, rich or broke. When it comes to art or closes, send chicks to my DM next time. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know that the butcher was coming, nigga. I didn't know that the butcher was coming, nigga. He just jumped into my DM. I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? You ain't busy? Send him, like, we was going back and forth a couple minutes. Next time, we could be building on something positive, but, you know, it was not like I was disrespecting him. It's not like I was disrespecting him. He should know. We Sagittarius, man. We quick with the words. We quick with the words. We get them, right? Jay-Z, Sagittarius, for whatever it's worth. Whoever knows all that good stuff. Sagittarius, you know, we quick with it. We philosophizing, you know what I mean? So that's my interesting story of the day, y'all. Don't elevate these famous people. Don't go passing out when they appear in your presence. You know, don't go all out of your way to be next to them when they are clearly trying to maintain their distance and privacy from your ass. No reciprocity, nothing. So try not to be a slave to these people, in other words. Try not to be a slave. And always stand your ground, you know what I'm saying? Always stand your ground. Keep it all on the even keel. And you'll be all right. This is your boy Marwan. Here at Mind Over Matter TV. Thank y'all for coming through tonight. Stopping through. Shout out to Sagittarius in the building. Thank you, Sunfruit. Nondescript. Thank you. And I will continue to rock this life. Next thing up, maybe the discussion, the chat with Phoenix Rising of old Melanation Ethereum days, Truth Squad days. We'll continue to work on that. Another Sagittarius in the building. Aldrich, what's up? I'm a November Sag, whatever that might mean in the whole universe. People tend to think of Scorpio when they think of November, but whatever. I'm a Sag in November. And Benny the Blanco or Benny the Butcher, I think, was born around November 26th, something like that. A November Sagittarius. Jay-Z also, I believe, November Sagittarius. Oh, wait, I don't know what month he is. So thank y'all very much for coming through and listening to my real life experience in the inbox with Benny the Butcher. This is your boy Marwan. The Butcher may be coming, but I ain't running. Peace.